math teacher's best buddy and proof doer extraordinaire. Now, this one is quite a complicated question. In one of the classes, I did get through this, but I just want to break this down a little bit better. Um, we are given that B is the midpoint of AC, so at some point we're going to be able to say that these two little pieces are congruent, right? C is the midpoint of AD, so at some point we're probably going to need to say that this piece is congruent to this piece, right? This CD is congruent to BC, AC. So at some point we're going to be able to say this is congruent to this, right? And then we're going to say 4 times BD. So 4 times BD, that whole thing, is equal to 3 times AD, 3 times the whole segment, right? So there's this idea of 3/4 or 4/3 involved in here somehow, right? Because one is 3 times, the other one is 4 times. So the, you can see that the key here is going to be getting something about this little piece, right? This little piece in here, right? Because something about that and that being equal. And let's say I call this x at some point, and I'm going to be able to get this as x. And if this then is x plus x, that means it's 2x. And then I'm going to get that equal to this, which is 2x, right? And so then you can see that we've got 3x here and we've got 4x here. With some algebra, I'm probably going to be able to get the statement. So that's kind of where I'm going, but it takes a little bit of effort to get there, right? So go ahead and write your given down, right? We always want to start with our given. We want to start from our known. This is our known information, and get to our unknown, which is what we want to prove here. Okay, and again, almost all the proofs in this unit have been dealing with segment addition and angle addition. So I need to get segment addition involved so that I can get this little piece, which I'm going to call x. Let me just go ahead and label this x in my diagram, equal to this little piece, right? And be able to use the midpoint. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I can go ahead and use the midpoint right away. B is the midpoint. This is the given. I might as well write it down. B is the midpoint of AC. And let's go ahead and use that right away. Of course, you could have written both given. Let's go ahead and say then AB equals BC by the definition of midpoint, right? And let's go ahead and label that in the diagram. AB equals X from labeling in diagram, right? So therefore, BC also equals X by transitive property of equality, right? Because they're both, AB is equal to 2 different things, BC and X. So those 2 things are equal, right? You can see how this takes a lot of steps just to say what you kind of know, right? But we've got to say it. So now both of them are X. But I haven't said anything about AC, right? AC has to be equal to 2x. So I've got to get that involved because I need AC involved because I know that C is a midpoint. So I need to get AC involved in this somehow, even though none of this other information is involved in AC. I need to get AC involved because I know that it's X plus X, right? So now I'm going to say AC equals uh, X plus X. That's segment addition postulate and labeling in diagram. Okay.